Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ACL Call of Duty League Playoffs Losers Bracket Final here between Uproar.iGnitionZ and Skyfire. I'm Mike Stone for the first time today, joined by a Maniac. A Maniac, you have missed quite a lot. Scratch that. You have missed a lot of action here throughout the day. Of course, this is the Losers Bracket Final. This is only 3 teams remaining currently, IG and Skyfire. They've battled it out quite constantly to get to this stage, but one thing they've had in common, they've both had to knock Mindfreak into a loss to be able to get here. Skyfire did so in series number 1 in the winners bracket. IG did so in losers bracket round 1. And now they're here facing each other off Hardpoint Detroit map number 1.
Yeah, from what I understand, Mike, it's been quite an impressive tournament so far today. Mindfreak, the big upset, being eliminated in losers round 1. That was quite surprising to hear about, but we know that anything can happen in these online tournaments, and there is some fierce competition here today. I did miss out on the first half of this, but I'm glad to be here in the pointy end. If there's anywhere to jump in, it is losers bracket finals, so we're going to jump straight into it. As you said, Hardpoint Detroit, 12 points apiece at the very first start of this map. We're about to rotate here over to the green side here. I'm just on board with Hysteria as he was going to be dropped there. I might jump over to the guys who are going to be in control. It is going to be Killer Pie, but as I say that, he is dropped straight off the bat, and these boys here from Skyfire are trying to clear it out. 8 minutes 48 on the clock with 15 points apiece.
Yeah, and I mean, you see setting up over onto this green side. Lake is going to be right outside as well, but he's actually going to get taken down there by a little bit of a nade. One player left up from SKF. That's going to be Rival as he tries to get a couple of shots in. He's pushing over to that green side. He will also get dropped. 35 seconds still in this hard point. You can see Bakabek just mopping up the kills with that double kill in play. Killer Pie getting taken out. Same with Bakabek as Hydra takes down Hopi and Rival will take down Hysteria. Hydra being able to pick off the kill. They're just defending that green hard point there with a little bit of grace, picking off a couple of kills, getting taken down there in the end. SKF just focusing on this scrap time, it seems, but IG leading 42 points to 21.
Yeah, Skyfire need to watch out for that next rotation. They did get the scrap points, but is it worth the early rotation here that they would have given away to the guys over here from IG? I'm just on board with Killer Pie right now as he's watching the ramp here, the car park. He's going to pick up one. That's Excite taking a fall. Wisely watching down the back. He sees the nade coming up. He's going to get those shots out. The player gets behind, and the shot's going to be off, though. Hope able to pick up the kill before he himself there being dropped by Hysteria. In return, being dropped as well. Hydra's still alive, though, as he picked up 2. He's holding down the hill right now. He is going to be dropped. Lakey picking up the 2-piece. Hopi coming in to back him up. Hopi with the 2-piece as well. That's going to be all of Ignition's being dropped there for a second, and this is Skyfire's chance to pick up some points in return. They're only 10 points behind, closing the gap here into the single digits. I was with Hope. He was watching those backstairs, but he is going to be dropped. Lakey trying to stay alive. Pre-fire's out. Not good enough. Hydra doing the Matrix to get in there and pick up a couple of kills, but Excite and Hopi trying to answer back and forth as we're on 50 points apiece here, Mike, and we're counting down the last 20 seconds of this hard point.
That we are, and I mean, such a close game so far. Just under 3 minutes having been played, and as you mentioned, you know, counting down the time here between this hard point to the next. It is going to be 5 seconds to rotate. You see the players from SKF, though, looking to push through. They've got a little bit of a lead. They're looking to make it count, setting up over onto this yellow side. A little bit of a slide knife there from Excite, but it just wasn't meant to be the case. Lakey is going to be here in the hard point, though, as his teammate Rival is going to be looking to mop up these kills at the front, or rather at the back of the hospital side. You're going to be having still IG looking to push on through, looking to catch back up, looking to make some kills. It doesn't seem like they're doing any of that at the moment, but Hopi with a double kill to shut them down. Hysteria will take down Excite. Lakey will take down both Bakabek and Hopi, because why not, as they still have this control. IG might be getting these points now, but the lead still in favor of SKF, and I mean, that lead is everything right now.
Skyfire just proved that the best defense is a good offense right there, Mike. They just jumped ahead by over 30 points. And what did they do? They kept pushing outside of yellow. See where Rival is right now? Usually you'll see players just hold this corner. There's going to be another player crouching down low. But no, for the beginning of this one, Skyfire, they just kept jumping out straight into Green Street, right at the back towards the back trailer. They didn't give a damn. And it has really helped them now double the points of their opposition IG. 106 points at the rotation here over to School. That was such an impressive yellow hard point by the Skyfire guys. If they can just maintain that momentum, it's going to be their game. But as I say that, IG just got 5 kills in a row, and Skyfire are on the back foot.
That they are, and Bakabek, I'm looking at him to just be able to pick up a couple of kills here in that School area. He was able to take down 1, take down 2, then rotate and get taken down there by the School window. His teammates are going to be looking to pick up some kills in that process. That's going to be Killerpie getting one, getting a lot of tags on a second, but he wasn't able to get a lot more than that as he gets taken out. Back though with a double for himself. Hystera with the single as well. Nade's coming again. It doesn't seem like he just got hit with the nade in the face right there as Rival took down Hystera and Hystera took down Excite in a little bit of nade trade action. Goes over into the schoolyard is where that hard point currently is. So that's why all of these players are just looking to push over for a little bit of contest as that normal, fifth hard point rotation normally is. You always get in there, you always want to go for a little bit of a cluster, and you can see that scoreline just constantly growing little by little for the team of SKF as they lead 119 points to 88. But IG, I mean, now that we've completed our first set of hardpoint rotations, and you're looking at the second set for them to come back and be like, you know what, we've made a couple of mistakes here and there. Let's get our setups down packed. Let's pull our socks up and let's come back into this game.
Yeah, well, Skyfire have done really well considering it was neck and neck. IG were looking to be the stronger team for those for those first couple of rotations, but Skyfire coming back had a great lead. IG crawled their way back towards the end, but we've got to notice here, Mike, and we must acknowledge that it's still, a 23-point lead to the guys here of Skyfire. Now they're going through this second lot of rotations. These guys are warmed up. IG seem to be behind just a little bit. I'm expecting IG to claw back, but as I say, that is Skyfire in control of this Atlas hardpoint, but this is the one that can be really scrappy. It's all about that second rotation over to green where we really see these teams get their formations down pat. Let's see how this is going to rotate. We're in the last 10 seconds of Atlas. You've got a couple of players here from Skyfire already scoping out green, but as I say that, you also got these guys from IG looping around. I was just on board with Bakabek. He's going to be creeping in through green. He's going to be spotted by Lakey though. Well placed to hold that one down. We have now rotated. IG are in control. You've got Killerpie and Hydra both in here. Killerpie trying to clear it out. He's going to have to get the reload. How did he survive? Some Kiwi magic coming out just there for IG. 147 to 115 is his score, so still a 30-point lead or so to the guys of Skyfire. But look at Killerpie cleaning up here. He's still alive. Gonna take down Rival there, and he's still holding down the points here for IG. This is a great play by these guys, and they're clawing back the points. But as I say that, some great nades is going to be finally clearing him out. But as I say that, Mike, it is still IG in control of this green hard point.
It really is. 147 to 130, though, is that score line. And you're going to be seeing IG players in that hard point getting taken down. Hoping with the double, Rival with the single. Rival will get shut down. Lakey picks off Hydra, and a little bit of a revenge kill. Backpick will also fall as well. Lakey makes it a double kill. Hope he's going to be the one in this hard point getting these points for himself, but there's only 7 seconds remaining in the hard point itself, and you're going to be seeing these players looking to rotate over up early a little bit to try and set up over onto this car park side. And of course, you're going to be seeing the IG team being that team to set up early once again, try and get that control. Hasn't really been working for them being able to hold the control, but they've always been there first to try and set up, and you are going to be seeing Killerpie with a double kill as well. Rival answers back with a double kill of his own as Bakabek rotates to the bottom of the ramp to try and get a kill. He'll get taken down by 2 of the players from SKF right here. As you look at the scoreline, 166 points to 149. We're into our final quarter of the game here at Maniac, and this is where things get interesting because IG, they've got 3 players in this hard point. If they can't hold it now, when can they?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Bakabek just picked up a huge 3-piece, by the way, Mike. Hopey and Excite, those final ones to die there for the Skyfire squad. And these guys from IG are answering back. They're about to even this scoreline and indeed grab the lead right here. Excite, I'm on board with him. He's going to try and change things up. No, he's going to die. Bakabek picking that one up as well. Killerpie running point for him as well. There's about 10 seconds left in this hard point. These Skyfire guys are still going strong. If I was them right now, I'd probably be focusing my attention over onto that yellow hard point. Indeed, they are. You're going to be having the guys here of Excite, and I do believe that's Rival. Yep. Both holding down yellow, but look, they've got a full force IG squad coming from them. I'm going to jump onto the attackers, Mike. I'm on board with Killerpie. I want to see how he plays. There's going to be a player over here on glass. He picks up one. That's Lakey taking a fall. Pushing in as well. It's currently contested. A player comes out the back, smacks him in the chops. That's Rival going down. Hopey finally cleaning him up. Excite and Hopey holding it down for Skyfire, and they're clawing back this lead as best they can. 178 to 182. 4 points behind. Contested right now. Bakabek going huge for IG. 31 for 25. It should be pointed out. 1 minute 20 on the clock. We've got a 10-point game, and Mike, Bakabek is still going strong. He picked up 1. Make that 2. Make that almost 3. It's going to be Killerpie, his teammate, picking that one up. I have no idea how Bakabek stayed alive. And then he gets naded there right at the end there by the Hail Mary there from Rival. I mean, what an exchange we've got here out of yellow. A minute left on the clock, Mike. 178 to 203. It is an action-packed game 1 here between Ignitions and Skyfire.
It really is. 210 points, though, to 178. The school hardpoint is going to be the last hardpoint of this game. And currently we have a player on each both in that hard point, and as I say that, they both get taken down. Now both contesting once again. Hopi with the double kill. Excite got a single. Lakey gets taken down. A rival picks up the kill as Killer Pie makes it. I just can't even keep up with the kill feed right now. It is just going crazy with both teams. Red and blue numbers and names just coming up through to the kill feed and just completely closing things up. IG have made it mathematically impossible for SKF to catch back up, and that's going to be map number 1 in their favor.
Yeah, it is. I mean, great work here by IG to come back. Skyfire looks so strong going into the second half of this map here, Mike. But IG just coming in, tearing faces there right at the end. Bakabek was pivotal in leading the charge in the 40 bomb from Hydra. Don't forget that. 42 for 27. Impressive KD. We've got a 40 bomb on the other side of the scoreboard there from Hopi. But I mean, if you asked me the second half, or told me the second half that IG were going to win this by over 40 points, I would have slapped you with a glove, mate, because I would not have believed you. IG, a great comeback there. Nice work to pick up game 1 here in this series. And Mike, look, I just want to ask, let's just break this down a little bit. What did you see going wrong with Skyfire there? Because I've got a couple of thoughts on this, considering how far they jumped in the lead about that 4th or 5th rotation of the map. And then it just kind of went downhill from there. But I want to grab your thoughts on it.
I mean, I definitely thought, they started off well, they played well, as you mentioned, but then they just started losing that little bit of lead that they had. They were losing those gunfights, they were losing those setups, they were easily getting broken, and IG just had their momentum. I think that was really the main factor there, that momentum switch, and Hydra picking off, 42 kills with Bakabek getting 39 didn't hurt either. I mean, the second they were just rolling with that momentum, picking off all those kills, they were easily able to get those gunfights, and the SKF they just couldn't do anything from there.
Totally agree, Mike. What I also saw there is how Skyfire would attack the hard points that they weren't in control of. So Skyfire, they'd come in as a group, send to one side, send to the other, or they'd split up a little bit. But the point is that they'd go in as a full squad. What I saw in that second half is that they were sending 1 or 2 players at a time. So they'd hold a hard point, there'd be 1 or 2 players holding back in the scrap time, and then instead of waiting and going as a full team, as they were in the first half, they were kind of splitting up and just going in 1 or 2 at a time. IG were just tearing them down, mowing them down with those guns, those SMGs in the close range. They were just getting shut down completely, and it was just one after the other. Ducks in a row for the IG guys, kept tearing them up, and that's how it kind of ended. We saw IG, they basically switched strategies. It was IG ended up doing those cohesive pushes in the end. Skyfire just getting mowed down, as I mentioned, and though IG was able to clutch it in the end, great teamwork to pull it together in the end. Skyfire, I don't think it was pressure that got to them. They just kind of fell apart a little bit. I think whether that's a case of they just got a little too overzealous and a little bit too confident from how far they got ahead in the first half, or it was just IG who actually just got better in the end. I'm not too sure, but that's the way I saw that map there, Mike. But anyway, that's the hard point done and dusted. 42-point game to the guys of IG, and we're heading into an S&D next.
We will be, and it will be a search and destroy on Bilab actually as well, as we wait for these players to join up. Now that I have a co-caster with me, it's great because we don't have to go to any breaks. We can just have one clear-cut broadcast here, and especially for that rebroadcast later on. But Josh, while we wait for these guys, we want to give a little bit of a shout there to our sponsors here from ACL. Do you want to walk us through that great list of supporters that we have?
Yeah, let's do it. So kicking things off, got to give a big shout out to Astro Gaming. They do supply us with their awesome Astro 840 headsets and mix amps for use on our main stage, and of course that very sexy Astro feature station. Big ups to those guys. BenQ supplying us with their awesome gaming monitors since 2009. You don't see many organizations out there helping out the local esports scene for 6 years plus. So much love to BenQ. HyperX new for 2015, helping us out with their SSD and RAM for not only our PC players but for our stream rigs as well. Another new sponsor for this year's Corsair Gaming, helping us out in a huge way for, again, not only PC but also our console scene as well. I'd also like to give a big shout out at this stage to Does Play. Without their help, we couldn't have ran this league, or indeed a couple of our competitions. And of course, they've been tracking stats for our league and our LAN events. Check them out at doesplay.com.au. And I also would like to give a shout out to DX Racer. Although I'm not sitting on one right now, I'm pretty sure my back and butt are still missing the comfy feel of those DX Racer chairs. Guys, playing on our main stage, if you're lucky enough, can try out those DX races coming up at our ACL Melbourne event, Mike, which is not too far away, September. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, I mean, September 5th and 6th, I believe the date is going to be an incredible event to go ahead and be a part of. I mean, featuring Counter-Strike once again for the second time. We're featuring a fan favorite, StarCraft 2, and of course, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and Halo 2 Anniversary. You don't want to miss it, being held at La Trobe University. But you mentioned about Does Play earlier. Now, they have the most recent LAN event coming on up. It's next week, actually. They're in the Gold Coast. So if you are a Call of Duty fan and you want to attend some Call of Duty LAN action, be sure to go ahead and check that one out. You can still get your team pass. Now, it's capped off at 32 teams, though, so be sure to go ahead and get yourself prepared early. Get that team pass. Once again, Josh mentioned it, doesplay.com to go ahead and get that team pass sorted. Either way, I'm excited to get this game going down. It's 1-0 to IG so far in this game, as the teams are just deciding what sides they want before they start the actual game itself. Remember, it is the off-host team that does choose which side they do want. But Maniac, I mean, I just want to get your thoughts so far in this game. You've missed a little bit of the entire day so far, I guess. And I'll bring up the bracket quickly as we load into this game. Round number 1, we had 3-1 in favor of Skyfire defeating Mindfreak. Then in parallel to that, IN defeated IG 3-0. That winners bracket final, we just saw 3-0 to IN defeating Skyfire. And of course, in the losers bracket, IG took out a 3-2 victory over Mindfreak to be able to be here where they are. Were you expecting any of those matches to go along the way that they did?
Look, the IN over IG, I can believe that. IN are an amazing squad.
And a 3-0?
Look, a 3-0, I would believe an IN 3-0 over IG before I would believe a Skyfire 3-1 over MF. So that's where I sit with that one. I couldn't believe that. Skyfire, a great squad in their own right. But Mindfreak, I thought they were a step above, but it just wasn't going to be. So that was the big upset of that one. But these guys, look, Mike, they're ready and raring to go. We'll break the bracket down a little bit more later on. I want to jump straight into this match. It is game 2 here of the losers bracket final. Skyfire versus IG. S&D on BioLab. I'm on with Lakey. Shot in the face straight away.
Yeah, I mean, it's now just a 1v1 situation. It hasn't even all been all that long right here in the game itself, and it's Rival taking on Killer Pie. Right now, Rival's gotten 2 kills for himself, and Killer Pie's gotten 1, so it's going to be the fate of these two to be able to see what the next step is so far in this one. I mean, they wanted to go for an early A push up early for the SKF squad. They've decided against it and then decided back for it right now, or rather I say they, but it's more just Rival's decision right here is the last one alive. Killer Pie is going to be looking to push over and rotate across the map, currently located in 5 as well. Bomb has been planted over onto this A side, so now Rival's going to back out of there. Now it's up to Killer Pie to go for a defuse as well. He's added that into the mix, and you see Rival highlighted on the minimap, circling through the biolab, going for a little bit of a flank while Killer Pie is left at the generator, wondering where he's gone to.
Yeah, well, usually you see a big circle round. Like, I mean, 9 times out of 10, you see a circle round. So I'm surprised Killer Pie wasn't expecting that. He is now just straight on top of this here, whether Rival's going to see him or not, that's the question. I've just jumped over to Rival's POV, Mike, and just seeing if he's going to get spotted. See, he's got that ASM-1A, he does jump out, gets the shot out. It's not even a tag there, though, so he needs to watch himself. Killer Pie just able to duck and weave. It's Rival gets the shots out. Not good enough, as Killer Pie is going to be staying alive here, but the plant is not going to be defused, so it is going to be round 1 to Skyfire there. That was actually great work by those guys, especially that end, those last few 10 to 15 seconds or so. Well played, great diversion tactics from the Skyfire player. Killer Pie, I thought he was going to be able to come out on top, but alas, just not enough time on the board, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, there really just wasn't. I mean, even if there was a couple more seconds on the board, I think he would have played it out that much more, that much smarter, so that he would have just been able to use it effectively all the time left, so he would have had the same result either way. Either way, though, as I come to understand, I've been using that word a lot, we are going to be seeing this next round starting up. Round number 2, 1-0 so far, of course, being that scoreline, but IG looking to start off strong here to answer back.
Yeah, they are. I'm just on board with Killer Pie right now. He's gone 3-0. He does have that thermal morse in the back pocket, and his teammates are trying to go to work here, but it's Rival picking up the kill on Back-a-Beck, so we've got a 3v2 right now. Hydra still has the bomb in his back pocket. Hopi and Rival alive for Skyfire. Make that just Rival, as Hopi's going to be dropped there, but Rival just took down Hydra, so we've got a 1v2 right now. Not impossible. I'm on board with Rival. He's going to be challenging him with that ASM-1, but he's going to be flanked, caught in that very nasty pinch. pinches can hurt in that situation. 1-1 is going to be your score here. Our first 2 rounds going 1 apiece to these teams, and that's just how we like it, Mike. Back and forth between both of them. I dare say this is going to be a very close match.
I mean, that's what I've been saying throughout this entire tournament so far, throughout the entire day, and it has not disappointed me at any step of the way, and I really don't expect this one to be any different. Of course, regardless of what the overall series scoreline has shown on the bracket, each and every map has been an entertainment in its own right. I mean, if I just had to watch any one of these maps throughout the day and that would be it, I would be satisfied with it. That's how great these maps have actually been, and I nearly had a double kill there out from Rival, it seemed, but Hysteria decided to make a double kill out of his own right, making out a couple of players from his team, a couple of players from the enemy, and a couple of players later, that round is over.
Yeah, that was a very quick round again. I mean, all of these rounds, all 3 have been very quick so far. And we're going to be seeing round 3 there taken out by Skyfire. Lakey going to be cleaning up that final kill there on Hysteria, who, as you mentioned, was ripping out that IMR. Gotta love it when these players still mix up their weapons. Love to see it here. Heading into round number 4, the rounds have been going back and forth. So if history repeats itself, we'll be seeing IG take a round. Let's see if that is going to be the case. They are going to be on the attack here. Killer Pie rocking that bow. Hysteria with the bow. Hydra, the ASM-1 with the tack in his back pocket, actually. And Bakabek having ASM-1 and tack as well, Mike. Mixing things up here.
Yeah, they do seem to be doing just that, and they're going for a quick bomb plan at the same time over onto this B side. Bomb has been planted over on the purple, but 2 of their players have been dropped. As Killer Pie and Hysteria left up to deal with the entire team of SKF and make that just Killer Pie as he turns around and plays right there. Rival with the double kill, and that's going to be a little bit of teabagging action as well to wrap that one up. And I mean, they're having a little bit of a group team bonding session, it seems, because 3 out of the 4 players is going to be going and joining on the fun. The other one getting that defuse, focusing on the objective of the game. Am I right? But
yeah, well, look, I really appreciate some good sportsmanship, Mike. I mean, it's always good to see. And a little back and forth between both of these teams. You know, lose bracket final here. It's the finals, mate. It's the finals here of ACL's Call of Duty League. One of these teams are going to make the money and one isn't. Of course, the prize breakdown, $1,100, over $1K for first place, $400, and the commiserations to whoever comes second today. So both of these teams, although they're battling as per usual for pride, glory, and those just to say that you've made the grand final, it's also payday for whoever can make it through, and that's a big deal to these players. They put in so much time and commitment to this game. It's nice to get a little bit of paper back. We are going to be heading into round number 5 here. Under a minute left. Hopi is going to be running objective here, and he's going to have his teammate run and point for him just to the side. It's going to be Excite, push through onto that A spot, and just in front of Hopi here in green there. Did he spot him? I don't think he did, unless he called it out. That player was going to be just jumping straight out. Not going to matter though, as it's only Hydra left alive now. He's got that tack and ASM-1 combo, 1v4. Can he do it? That's the question on everyone's lips right now. As they were doing the Duke just there. Skyfire heading towards B, but decides to circle back towards A, and it's going to be all up to Hydra to react to this.
You mentioned he has a 1v4. I also want to point out his current KD is 1-4. If that's not a sign, I do not know what is right here, as he has all 4 players, as you mentioned, to deal with from SKF. He's going to be moving on forward with attack. 19 misses the shot.
Yeah, I don't think he missed the shot. He got the tag, and at that range...
I didn't notice a tag, but I could be wrong.
I could be tripping too, man, but I'm pretty sure he got the shot off. And at that range... Yeah, look, he got the shot.
Yep, okay, one of the pellets hit it. Okay, yep, I can deal with that.
At that range, I thought you died from attack.
If you hit more than one bullet into him, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Not when you hit his, not when you hit the hairs on his chinny chin.
Yeah. Well, he didn't die, so I'm obviously wrong. So there you go. Anyway, interesting to note. 4 rounds to 1 is your score right now. Skyfire with a very healthy lead here, Mike, and they need to, or it would be nice for them to win this one, considering they lost out that hard point there by a measly 42 points. Sounds quite considerable, but it really isn't when you think that they got most of those points in that last rotation. So it would be nice for them to take out the SND, and it looks like they're going right that way. I was just on board with Hopi as he takes down Hysteria. Bomb carrier in the corner, spots him, picks him up with a few shots of lead to the teeth. That's some nice dentistry there coming out from Hopi to pick up that round number 6. 5-1 is now your score. 1 round away from victory for these guys here from Skyfire. And 1 round away from making it 1-1 here in this losers bracket final.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know about it here, Maniac, because right here, I mean, it's 1-0 to IG overall. It's 5-1 now to SKF. 1 round, they can tie it back up, you know, as you were just talking about. But I mean, you never know. Search and destroy. Can you imagine a 5-round comeback?
Well, hey, we've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen it plenty of times lately, in fact, and I think we've seen it in this league. So it's not impossible. And when you're up against IG, definitely not impossible. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. They are going to be fighting an uphill battle, though, as Hopi and Excite both pick up the first kills of this match. So look, I'm pretty confident to say it's pretty much impossible at this point, especially when there's only 1 player left. Hydra, last man left alive, make that none alive. Skyfire, clean it up just like that, Mike. 6-1. Considering how close it looked at the beginning, I did not see that one coming. S&D whitewash to these guys. Tying up the series 1-1, which is exactly what we want to see.
It is indeed, and I mean, you just said it right there, tying it up 1-1. Now, that doesn't just mean that the series goes on longer or whatnot. We're going to be seeing an uplink, then we're going to be seeing a hardpoint. We're seeing 2 back-to-back respawns, and how these teams are really going to be dealing with that as they move on forward here in the overall series itself. Now, these teams have had some great runs so far. They've had some great matches. They've been going back and forth right here, dealing with everything right now, but we have, for our next map, an uplink on Detroit.
Yeah, and I can't wait for that one. Just to point out and break down that last game a little bit more. Rival 9 for 3 with a plant. That's 3.0 KD. Very handy in Skyfire's victory. On the other side, 1 for 7 to back-a-back. 0.14 KD. Nothing to write home about. And probably letting his team down just a little bit there. To his defense, he did get the only plant from IG's side. So, yeah, so as you can see there from that scoreboard, the guys from Skyfire just outplaying altogether, all of them in the positive KDs, whereas for IG, 1.26 kills to 5 deaths for Killerpie, the only one going positive there. They just didn't pick up the kills, Mike. I mean, between their whole squad, it was 12 kills in total. And I mean, look, you can just do some simple math there to see these guys from Skyfire were just out-killing them in every way and just outplayed these guys. We are going to be moving into the uplink, as you pointed out, though, and it's going to be interesting to see, Mike, because uplink's always that weird one. You always go, well, does it favour the team who went really good in the respawn, or does it favour the guys that went really good in the objective, in the S&D? So I'm not really sure. What's your opinion on this one? How do you see this uplink going?
I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? It's obviously a respawn player. You know, if a team is convincingly won a hard point, they generally have, I generally like to tip them a little bit more, but it wasn't a convincing victory. I mean, you mentioned it was just over 40 points, and that was the majority of it was taken down at the end. It was so close leading up into that, and the search and destroy was, I guess you can say the search and destroy was a bit more one-sided than not, but we're going back to a respawn, and I can't tip it, but I am thinking that, I'm thinking that IG might have a little bit of an edge here going back on their own host.
Yeah, I mean, I just be echoing what you just said, Mike. Going back on their own host, and the fact that it is that respawn, their slaying power coming into play, I'm pretty sure it'll be going their way. With that said, Skyfire, really good uplink squad, or just a good squad altogether. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in this one. We are only waiting on one more player to join. While we wait for that one, I think we might circle back to a topic we touched on a little previously, which is the Does Play 10K coming up next weekend. $10,000 up for grabs in a Call of Duty tournament, Mike. I didn't think I'd be saying that so soon. Yeah. Exactly what I'm thinking. Big stuff there, big plays. The LCSB players coming out, big chips from Does Play. $10,000 in chips, in fact. Their event on the Gold Coast is sure to be a big one. Can't wait to see what teams come out of the woodwork, really, Mike, because I'm hoping that we'll see some teams that we haven't really seen before. I think that's the goal of putting on such a big prize pool, just to see if there's some unknown players come out of the mix. But with that said, surely with such a big prize pool, it's going to be one of the big names that take it.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be seeing all these teams having, prepped quite a lot coming into this event as well. I mean, as I mentioned, there's only 32 team passes available for this event, and you can currently purchase them at doesplay.com. However, you are, as I mentioned, as you mentioned, sorry, teams are going to be trying to be a little bit of a dark horse leading into this one to try to be that little bit of an upset team, that upset factor. Because I mean, if no one knows you exist and you come in and just absolutely clinch them, you're going to put yourself on the map. What better opportunity would you have to put yourself on a map than in a $10,000 tournament? The first, of course, $10,000 tournament in an open LAN event here in our region, which is always a great thing. I just wanted to point out there as well, Maniac, that not only do you have the Does Play 10K event there on the on next weekend on the Saturday and Sunday, but there's also a pre-LAN event at the same time, at the same venue as well, on Friday, the 24th of July, between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. as well. Of course, that's also $10 per player as well. And for those looking to potentially spectate the event, premium members on DoesPlay can actually spectate for free, and spectator passes can be bought at the door for $9.95. So for those just wanting to go and attend there, you might have wanted to know that little bit of crucial information. Either way, though, it's going to be at the Albert Waterways Community Centre there on next weekend. So I don't know, Maniac. I'm predicting a great turn of Call of Duty action. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be there, but what can you do?
Yeah, I know. The real life grind's really kicking in, I know, for me personally, so I won't be able to make it anyway, but I can assure you that I'll be checking out the stream action coming from that event. As you pointed out, the venue is the same venue as they were at last year, I know that one was this year, excuse me, yes. I know that one was a big success. So I can't wait to see what they pull out of the hat for that one. With all of that said, Mike, it's about time we got back into the action here of the Australian Cyber League's Call of Duty League. Here, losers bracket final. It is finals day for these teams. Top 4 teams have got through so far. Mindfreak's been eliminated. Right now, we've got Skyfire versus IG. 1-1 here in the series. We're on to the uplink. Let's kick things off here with Skyfire.
All right, we'll jump on board with no one, because they are going to be in
the
game, it seems. A little bit of a tough, close call. I would assume that would just fall back into someone not doing their classes or forgetting something. Oh no, his controller ran out of batteries. I guess that's a new one. As they go into that one. Well, I'll take this time to just plug in the ACL Pro social media outlets as well. We have Twitter at ACL Pro, of course, Facebook ACL Pro, YouTube is ACL Pro Video as well, where all the rebroadcasts from all these competitions and the ACL Call of Duty League in general will be a little bit slack on uploading the last, I do believe it's 1.5 weeks on. They're rendered out, they're just ready to upload, but with all these broadcasts going on, I mean, you just can't do them all at the same time. So they will be uploaded at the end of this Call of Duty League. I was going to say playoffs match. Yeah, that's the right term for it, as I have a little bit of mind blank. So once this playoffs day finishes, we'll commence that upload as well and get all those rebroadcasts done for you all as soon as possible. And it does seem like the lobby has closed, and they're just going to be restarting the lobby at the same time. So we'll just random noise in the background.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, online comps, what can you do? They're always mixing things up. So we have restarted the lobby here, but hopefully all players will be joining very, very soon. As you pointed out, Mike, it'll be great if everyone out there, if you're not already, make sure you follow ACL Pro on Twitter, which is at ACL Pro. We can get all of the information, latest news and results from our events, but also from esports events in general. We hold tournaments for a whole lot of games. Just yesterday, we held the 3v3 Arena World of Warcraft event from our studio here in Sydney. The first time we actually streamed World of Warcraft from there. So a lot of Blizzard games coming out. We also have Hearthstone, StarCraft 2, of course. Then we do stream a whole bunch of other things as well. Riot's taking care of League of Legends, but we've got all of the Call of Duty action as per usual. And we've got some Counter-Strike stuff coming your way as well. So make sure you are following at ACL Pro, and we'll update you guys with all the details on all of those events. It's going to be some big plays coming from ACL Pro a little later in the year as well. So you want to get that information firsthand. We always let it out on our social media channels first. But if you do want to check out our articles and basically our full page articles on all of our news, you can go to our website, which is aclpro.com.au, and you can check everything out there. With all that said, Mike, we're finally going to be jumping back into this game. Game 3 here of the Losers Bracket Final, Skyfire versus IG, rather. It's Detroit Uplink. Gotta love me a little bit of Uplink, Mike, and we can't wait to see what both of these teams can do on it.
Yeah, I'm really going to be excited to see how these teams open up. I want to see their opening strategies come forth, because you have a couple of different ways. Obviously, your main objective is to actually go for the satellite drone over onto the Atlas side as well. But some players, go through school, go through the middle street, go through hospital. On the other end of things, you could go through the car park, go through hospital, go through the alleys, go straight through the main street. There's so many different route options that all these players like to take to be able to actually get those kills off first, get that control before actually going to the satellite itself. So we're going to jump on board, as you mentioned previously, with the SKF team, and we'll see once again Team Captain Hopi what they can do as they're pushing over through this alley side.
Yeah, Hopi now is just pushing through yellow here. Going to be diving around the trailer just here. The drone is going to be bouncing straight towards him. What a pass! And in just, what was that, 16 seconds, Skyfire on the board with a dunk. I have seen a throw that fast. I don't think I've seen a dunk that fast in quite a long time, if ever. 16 seconds to get 2 points on the board. We were talking about tactics going into this one, Mike, and it looks like Skyfire has chosen shock and awe.
Yeah, that was a geek play right there. That was just planned precision action. Throws the ball down the main street. Hopi will then come out of the alley, pick it up, go in for that 2-point capture. I don't think anyone was expecting that. I mean, it wasn't even about how quick it was. It was just by how accurate that entire plan was. It didn't even revolve around any kills. Pick up the ball, throw the ball, pick up the ball, capture the ball.
Yeah, well, they got the first 2 points on the board. Now it's about following that up, Mike. Are they going to get too excited off their play that actually went down to perfect precision? Or are they actually going to be able to follow it up? I saw 3 players of IG just get dropped, so Skyfire do have a chance to make a move right here. Lakey was looking down towards that green street, decided to circle back when he saw a bit of a challenge. Going to be throwing it out. Probably a wise move, as you can see there on your mini-map. No one to back him up. I do have that CoD vision switched on as well, just to see where these players are coming from. Looks like there's going to be a player coming up the stairs here. He's going to spot no Lakey turning with that CoD timing. Bad timing it is to be dropped there. Now going to be jumping over to Rival. He ducks through the window to get dropped as well here, just inside a car park. Excuse me. 2 players of Skyfire left alive. Make that one as Hopi was dropped, but Hopi did get to throw that drone out. So I wonder if this is the play, Mike. Get your geek points on the board and then just keep playing D.
I have no idea. I think everyone would like to get some more points on the board at some point or another, but I think they're just biding their time right here to another opportunity to do like a geek play. I mean, I think that's it.
It's interesting how they played it. They were so aggressive for those first couple of points, and now it's just all defense. I mean, sure, that sounds like a strategy, but I don't think it's going to be a very wise strategy. IG, they're eventually going to be able to adapt to your play style, and they're going to be able to get through your defense eventually. And it looks like they're doing just that now. As Bakabek making a mad run, he almost got away, but shut down just before lockers there. So, look, Skyfire, hopefully we'll be seeing a bit more aggression out of them. Indeed, it looks like we might be here. 3 players of IG were straight down the line of sight of Excite there. I was just on board with him. He's going to spot a player straight away. Throws the drone out straight down the street. Is there going to be a player down there waiting for it? There was, but they were all taken out. Excite, now the closest player left alive. He does pick up the assist there. Sorry, he does pick up the kill there on Bakabek. Now he's going to be all free to go through. Dives in. Another 2 points on the board. Skyfire, a great start. They got 2 points in 16 seconds, then took about 2.5 minutes to get the next 2 points.
I'd like to formally say I am truly sorry for having the waiting screen up for the first 3 minutes of that game.
Big plays, Mike. Big plays.
So we're talking about a huge clutch capture, and I think that just got me so excited that I just forgot to press the button.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I did press the button, but the camera, the overlay got glitched and replaced over the scoreboard. And yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Let's get past it, Mike. We forgive you. You do a hell of a lot. Streaming solo as per usual all day. We love you, man. We'll let it go. People, hey, it's just an excuse for people to go back and check out the rebroadcast, Mike, at mlg.tv/ACL. And also, we'll get the VODs available on ACL Pro Video on YouTube. So go back and check that one out. I know you want to, the 16-second cap. But as I say that, a bit of action has happened since then, Mike. We saw the guys from IG finally getting on the board with 2 points. But then Skyfire, within 30 seconds, answered back with another 2 points of their own. So 6-2 is your score with just under a minute left here in the first half.
55 seconds, as you mentioned, just under a minute. 6-2 is that scoreline, though. Of course, a couple more points than we started with originally, but it is still SKF with the lead right here, as you do have that scoreline, of course, being in favor of them. Hope he's going to be maybe looking to make a new play here with this one. Of course, he's going to just throw the drone over onto the top of the car park, though, as he will just focus on picking off these kills. IG just forced to try just sit around and get off these kills and try and get off the respawn from what they can. But SKF, you know, as much as IG try, they can't go anywhere without that drone. And SKF just have complete control. They have exactly where they want it to be, and they'll push on forward or they throw it out. They'll get these captures. It's just completely their game at the moment.
Yeah, it really is. 8-2 your score. Final few seconds here left of the first half. 8-2. Great work there by Skyfire. I mean, IG had such a great start in that hard point, but now they were dominating the S&D, and it looks like it's fair to call this domination as well here in the uplink. 6 points differentiating these teams. And, you know, when we flip up the halves, Mike, we always see that teams can often turn it around, but, I mean, can it happen this time? I'm not too sure. To be fair, Skyfire did have the preferred side to attack in the first half. Now it's going to be IG's turn. But the way these guys are playing right now, if they're just repeating what's happened, I don't think they're going to be able to come back. But we'll just have to wait and see.
We will indeed. Second half starting on up. The side swap. 5 more minutes to have all the action. I'm really expecting another throw into another relay here right now, as they seem to be doing the exact same thing. Starting on off. Hope he's going to pick this one up. He's going to go in for another capture. And I'm pretty sure he just beat his previous time.
Yeah, that was actually super impressive.
You guys got to see this one that time.
Yeah, I mean, there's the recovery, Mike. There's the recovery. Nice work, my friend. 10-2 is the score right now. We've got Lakey here trying to throw it out and get some more points on the board here. I'm just seeing Lakey is on this nice solid defense here. Hopi, Lakey, and Rival all picking up kills here. Just shutting down Ignitions with a great defense right now. They don't need to make plays with the drone, but it looks like they're still going to, as see Rival. They just did throw it out, so it looks like they will be playing an aggressive defense right now, and that's all you really need to do, Mike. I mean, they're 8 points ahead with 4 minutes left in the map. Excuse me once again. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to take this one out.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be having 4 minutes remaining. You mentioned about being able to possibly take this one out. All you need is 4 run-ins. That's all it takes. 4 run-ins to be able to catch back up. I mean, with balls being thrown over to the top of garage, that might not be quite so easy as you might say it is. But, you know, it still is definitely possible with 3 minutes 40 still remaining. I don't think you can rule any team out with this one. Because, I mean, you just look at that. I was pointing that towards the capture, and he died. So I'm just going to stop talking.
That's all, Mike. Well, look, we'll continue on with the action here. I'm just on board with Hopi here. He's in a position right over on the opposition right now. He's just waiting for the pass out, I think, from anything. But drone is going to be in the hands of Ignitions right now. But as I say that, it's going to be shut down. Hopi, he's now diving straight out. The teammate's just going to be trying to pass out to him. Hopi clearing out the goal right now. And he does allow the teammate to jump straight through. Impressive work there by Skyfire. What a squad here to play uplink. I mean, Hopi saw the school was cleared out. He could have stayed in there or waited for the pass from the drone, but no, he did a smart move, decided to go clear out the uplink point, and he did. He picked up the player, the vital player that would have shut down the Skyfire push in to get those couple of points, but they were able to manage it and pull it off. Hope he's still making a run with the drone right now. Main Street isn't quite clear, but hopefully he can get away. Willie, he's under a lot of pressure. He's going to take a lot of tags, but still able to get it through. 14-2. Hopey, I'm telling you, is your MVP of this map.
Yeah, I mean, he's currently on the bottom in terms of kills, but he is doing all of the plays with the uplinks. He's scored 6 for his team, and I mean, 2 of them have been the very first captures of that half. He's done 3 run-ins. He's been able to go on in clutch plays, being able to run past the opposition, get those captures in, and you see right now he's setting up for the rest as well. He's going to be just getting that drone out of that territory, throwing it out, along resetting it as well. And you just see IG, I mean, they're desperate to get some points in. They're 12 points behind with 2 minutes remaining. You mentioned about, you know, how this could be over a couple of minutes ago, and I think I might have to agree with you at this stage, because even though it is mathematically possible, it just doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, I mean, 1 minute 44, 12-point difference. When it's like, I've seen some crazy comebacks in an S&D, but I haven't seen this crazy of a comeback in an uplink, and I just don't think it's going to be happening here, especially when Excite is still going to be trying to throw it out and get more points on the board, keeping the pressure on these IG guys. Lakey, he's just being a turret up here, and he's finally going to be shut down there by Killer Pie. But I mean, these guys have already done the damage right now. It doesn't matter what IG is going to do. They're not going to get 12 points in just over a minute.
Yeah, it doesn't seem very likely. I mean, it is still possible, but it just doesn't seem likely as well. But you can't, we can't really rule them out just yet, of course, unless we see another capture go in there from the SKF team, which could be possibly likely with the rival having that drone in control. He's he's going to just jump straight into Hysteria's hands. It seems for a little bit of a hug. Hysteria had other ideas as he gets taken down by the melee, as Hydra now picks up a kill there on one. Killer Pie will take down Excite there as well. Drone in the hands of Hopi. 40 seconds remaining, 12 points difference. Ball is going to be reset as well. And I mean, that uplink Detroit, it completely changed the pace of this game. We've had the search and destroy rather is what I was going with. That completely changed the pace of this game. You then moved over to this uplink. That same momentum pace has been kept strong with Skyfire to take out the second consecutive map.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mike. I mean, Skyfire have done amazingly well, kept up the momentum. And this is the question now for me, Mike. I mean, Skyfire obviously winning this one, very convincing. It's going to be 14-2, or maybe more. No, it's going to be 14-2. No, it's going to be 14-2. An impressive score to Skyfire. But here's the question for me, Mike. We're now heading into our second hard point where it was kind of even, but the guys from IG were able to answer back, and they ended up winning on this very map by 42 points. The question is, can Skyfire, with this new momentum, now take the hard point? Now, a couple of factors here. Of course, it does depend on the map, which you'll have the map in front of you. But also, I think given how close they were in their first hard point, I think it was going to already be neck and neck. But after our last two maps, I think it's definitely got to go towards Skyfire now.
I mean, hard point retreat, of course, you can't go past both these teams having quite a bit of experience within that. I can't honestly tell you who I think will be taking that one out. I think it's going to go down to the wide. I think it's going to be a lot closer than that 42-point range that we did see from map number 1, but I just don't know which team will be able to take it in the end. I mean, I want to see another Game 5 purely for the fact that we had, Ignition's defeat Mind Freak and lose back around 3-2 to be able to get here. And then Skyfire, I mean, they've so far they've had 3-1s and 3-2s. They haven't had a Game 5 either yet. So I want to be seeing a Game 5 at the end of this. So I guess that puts my tip towards Ignitions for map number 4, but I just honestly wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's really hard to pick them in these ones, isn't it, Mike? We'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen. As you pointed out, it is going to be the hard point on retreat up next. I actually really love Retreat as a hardpoint map. I mean, it's actually probably my favorite, with Detroit a close second. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen in that one. I mean, then the winner of this goes on to the grand final, playing for $1,100 and that first place prize. All of the pride and glory up for grabs in today's finals of the ACL Pro Call of Duty League. And Mike, look, I wasn't here for the first half of the day, but tell me, what were some of your highlights through the first half?
We had I have quite a lot of highlights. I can't actually recall them off the top of my head of who exactly did what to who, but we had 1v3s, we had 1v2s, we had even clutch 1v1s in the early head. Like, nearly every S&D had something huge to go with. Put it that way. That's how incredible some of these clutch plays were throughout the beginning of the day. Now, a couple of S&Ds later, we haven't seen the same, and a little bit of buzz coming out of you, but it seems to have fixed itself up. But yeah, we've had so many clutch plays between these guys that, you really just, you don't know which one will be your outstanding highlight because of how clutch a lot of these plays have been throughout the day. These guys are, I'll give you an example with Ignitions. You had them 2 rounds in a row. They had to get huge clutch plays to stay alive versus Mind Freak in the Search and Destroy. They came back, they won it. I mean, in the map number 2 as well, for that Search and Destroy. They were coming back, they were behind, they won those rounds, they got those consecutive rounds, they got those clutches, and they got that map win as well. I mean, we've been seeing that throughout the entire day, and I think it really goes to show the quality of skill that these teams currently are showing.
Yeah, I mean, the skill from all of these teams so far has been amazing. I mean, I've only seen this series so far, but I mean, I know throughout the league, they've put on a great show the entire way. I mean, from what I've seen so far, and again, it's only been this series so far, it's definitely got to be back-to-back shining in that hard point on Detroit, and then Hopi there in that last that last uplink. I mean, he was going huge for the Skyfire squad. So they're the standouts for both of those teams. Now, I dare say you should be looking out for both of them going here into this next hardpoint, potentially our last game of this series. However, I would like to see this series continue as far as it can go between both of these heavy hitters.
I actually just wanted to point out as well, I'm reading a little bit of the chat, and I know you addressed this in the chat yourself, Maniac, but the actual graphics-wise for the actual teams and stuff, the red versus blue, is actually it's sort of done intentionally. You know, they don't swap on purpose, specifically because, as you did mention in the chat, I am casting and running production at the same time, so it's a little bit tricky to them both specifically knowing that these teams only choose sides when they actually spawn, and in the off-host team gets to choose what side they want. So you don't really know what side they are going to be able to plan this in advance. So the higher seeded team is always going to be blue. The lower seeded team is always going to be red in terms of the scoreboard colors that you currently see on, you know, in the graphics-wise, the scoreboard on top. In-game-wise, they choose every single map once they spawn in. So that's why you might be getting a little bit confused, and that's why I sort of just wanted to address it on the stream as well for you guys that might not be paying might not be paying attention to the chat to be able to realize. So I just wanted to, you know, clarify that a little bit. Higher seed blue, lower seed red, and yeah, continue.
Cool. No, well, I haven't got much more to add, to be totally honest. We're going to be heading up for this retreat hardpoint, as I said. I think all players are ready, and we are going to be getting into it once again. We watched Skyfire off the start of the last one, and for good reason, with Hopi's crazy skills at the start, which unfortunately the streams didn't see the first time. They did see it in the second half, though. So, I mean, I don't know if we should watch them again, or we should probably give IG some love at the start of this one.
I have no... I don't think you have a wrong answer in this one. I think it's one of those where, you know, you can always be able to choose the right answer, and I think that right answer is going to be IG. I think that they are down. I think we should show them some love.
All right, let's do it. Who are we going to be kicking it off with?
I'm going to jump on board with the player going to be running straight through the middle, running point, and that is going to be Hydra. And no, he's going to die.
He's going to die. That's exactly what we'd love to see at the start. I'm going to be jumping over to Killer Pie, though, as he dies as well. He did take down Hopi with him, though. Excite and Rival picking up some kills. Hydra picking up another one off his spawn there before he's going to be taken out by a very angry Hopi. He follows it up with a two-piece as well. Rival also picking up a kill there. Hopi finally being dropped. I just jumped over to Rival here, running that SMG as he also gets dropped. Curse of the Caster kicking in hard right now. 19-1 is how we're going to be starting this game. A very strong start to Skyfire. IG once again being caught off the back foot. However, very early days, IG can still warm up from here.
Yeah, I mean, 22-3 though. SKF starting off strong. Remember, they only need one more map to be able to secure themselves a series victory here in the ACL League Playoffs Losers Bracket final match between these two, of course, IG and Skyfire. You see a couple of kills trading either way here as they try to set up to the second hardpoint location over at the Turtle. It is going to be Excite and Hydra contesting that hardpoint right here as Excite will get dropped. Hydra with the double kill, Hopi with the double kill, Rival with the single. Lakey going to be pushing on up through the hotel side of things. His team's got control of that hardpoint. They're getting all the angles and Lakey getting his head blown off there as Rival picks off a double, Excite with a single, and Killer Pie with a double kill.
Yeah, and a great job there by Killer Pie with that double as well. I was watching that one. Hopi and Lakey picking up kills in return, though. 41-4. After the rotation, you usually see the team that was down at the first hard point gets it back a little bit, but it looks very one-sided now as Skyfire now have hit 50 points just on this second rotation. There's still about 15 seconds left on this total hard point. I'm just watching Lakey right now, Mike. He was just being a turret. As I say that, if you did jump over to him, he's finally moved now, so probably bad timing. But he was just sitting on those stairs acting like a complete turret, and he was picking up the kills as well, doing exactly what his team needed, watching the back, but he did circle around as he was forced to play his cards, but he was going to be taken down there as the guys from IG were able to get a couple of the scrap points. We're now rotated up towards this north side of the map, as you can see here in the lobby, and we've got Skyfire once again trying to hold it down. Back-a-back jumping in to challenge here, and he's going to be contesting here. Picked up one, make that two. Excite takes a fall as well. Hydra and Hopi picking up kills for their teams respectively. I just want to jump on here here with Hopi as he dies. He's gone 13 for 9 right now. 3 players of IG holding down this hard point. There's 30 seconds left, halfway through this one, and KillerPie is still holding it down for IG, and they're scraping the points back on this one, Mike.
Yeah, you're going to be having IG having 3 of their players here in the hard point itself. A couple of those players out of the 3 all get taken down. KillerPie is going to be the last one up for his team in that one. He's going to get bellied into the ground. SKF pick off the kills that they need. And I mean, they've started this momentum swing strong. They know that they just need to push on forward, keep doing what they're doing, getting these kills, getting these points, and they're increasing that lead. 40-point lead for themselves. It's great to open up into just over 3 minutes into this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great start here by both teams. I mean, IG were a little slow. They're finally trying to catch up, but Skyfire still taking the lead right here as we are over here on this bar hard point. Excite holding it down. He was contested a little bit. It's mostly been long range. He was finally shut down there by the shots out from Hydra. IG, they really need to get in there and rack up the points, Mike. They're trying to do their best, but under so much pressure. Hopi, great nade placement, is going to be picking up the player there from IG. Hopi now trying to get in and get some points as well. He's going to be dropped. IG answering back. It is Nade City right here in this bar. But look at your kill feed. Lighting up blue here for the guys from IG, and that's exactly what they need to do when they need to answer back. The 35 points behind, but they need to capitalize on those kills. How is Skyfire racking up the points right now after we just saw IG get about 4 kills in a row? I didn't see a single extra point get on the board for IG. Last few seconds, scrap points are going to be going to Rival from Skyfire. Now we're going to be rotating back over to the top hotel. You're going to be seeing the Skyfire player of Excite already in position there, and every player is going to be in front of him. There's a couple jumping in from the pool wall. All the nades and Samtex coming in. He's able to stay alive, needs to watch himself, decides to jump out. He was caught in a little bit of a pinch between the player on the pool wall and the nade that was going to be planted right behind his head. You've got Rival picking up his place though, getting the shots out of the player on the stairs, gets the assist as Hydra is going to be picking up a kill on Excite. Lakey falling as well, so IG picking up the kills here. Rival challenged, and Hydra comes out on top there. Great shots, picks up the headshot there on Rival to take that one down. Hopi and Lakey now leading the assault here onto the hotel. You got Hopi being dropped. The bow didn't do him good there. KillerPie still holding down the points right now, but look at this scoreboard, Mike. 111 to 55, and after all of those kills to the guys of IG, they still could not touch the points of Skyfire. Skyfire's conversion rate of kills to points is insane right now.
It really is. I mean, look at that score. What, 117 points to 55. We're already past that halfway point here in this game, and I mean, it really begs the question, are we even going to reach that entire score, that entire time limit from the end of this game, from the way SKF are playing? They're picking off the kills that they need. They're getting, even when they're not getting the kills that they need, they're getting the points that they need. As you mentioned, that conversion rate is really going a lot in their favor. I mean, look at that. They've wiped out that entire hardpoint, and IG aren't in that hardpoint at all.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, IG are getting the kills on the board, Mike, but as we've pointed out, they're just not converting it to points. As soon as Skyfire get up the kills, they're jumping straight into that hill. But the thing is, they're not doing it dumb. They're doing it really smart. They're not just picking up a kill and diving straight in. They're picking up the kills, looking around, making sure it's safe, and they're going in a couple of players at a time, trying to hold it together as a team, which is exactly what they need to do. They're looking so strong right now. Rival and Hopi both on 3 kill streaks right now. Hopi making that 4. That bow going to work. Going to make it 5 as well. Dropping the player just there, and he is going to be finally shot out of the sky right there. IG finally trying to answer back, but with 3 minutes 50 left on the clock, 147 to 65, this really is an uphill battle for IG.
147 to 60 or to 70 right now, as you mentioned. 3 minutes 40 on the clock. Now, I keep saying this scoreboard over and over and over again because you look at just how much points there are between these two. 67 points in the lead right now. SKF, they might not have control of this hard point, but they've got one heck of a lead as well. But you look at the overall scheme of things, you look, okay, well, if they can get control of this total hard point, if they can get then control of the next hard point, they'll be able to catch back up, right? But it's a lot easier said than done right here. Contesting over to this hard point, both teams right here dropping numbers as Hopi is going to be trying to pick up some kills right here. Bakabek is going to be getting that scrap time, and right now both teams are going to be setting up across the other side of the map, the other side of the pond, and they're going to be sitting up over onto the lobby side. As you notice, players coming in from both teams, picking off those kills. I'm going to jump on board with the SKF members that are there. Let's jump on board with Rival and see what he can do.
I just want to point out, Hydra was there for so long, like at least a good 10 seconds there, and he didn't even do anything as soon as it rotated. I mean, as soon as it rotated, he was shot in the back, completely wiped out, and Skyfire held that one down. Indeed, they still are, but as I say, that's 3 players here from IG are going to be cleaning out. Hydra is going to be saving face a little bit by cleaning out Excite there. They are going to be contested once again as Skyfire start pouring in. They got a great spawn there in the top right-hand side of the map, pushing in, but look at the surround by the blue triangles. That's IG cleaning this one up. Hysteria was in a great position there, slowly taken out there. Skyfire answering back. They came in from the right-hand side of the map, cleaning it out. Lakey is going to be getting the shots out. He does get the kill as well before being shut down there himself. I'm just watching this kill feeds light up for both teams right now, going crazy back and forth. 8 seconds left on this one, so expect the spawners from IG to not even challenge. They should be moving straight back down towards the bar here, and as you can see, the Indeed R rival here challenging from Skyfire. He's going to get the shots out, picks up one, but then doesn't pick up that player up high. The ASM 1 not going to be good for that one. Shut down Excite and Hope picking up kills for Skyfire. 109 to 181. Mike, with a minute 36 left on the clock, it's almost done here for the guys of IG, and it looks like Skyfire will be taking this series 3-1. But as I say that, I mean, technically possible, but I've never seen them come back from a deficit like this with such little time.
You might see that just happen right here. There's a team down from IG.
Oh, I've eaten my words many times before, Mike.
Yeah, yeah, that's 100% true right here. But you look at this, 18 seconds still remaining here in this hard point itself. You're going to be having Killerpie going to be the last one from his team, and I mean that's off the spawner wave. And I mean, I think you might be right in this final one as we are going to our final hard point location. There is quite a few points different right now. That is, of course, 62 points the difference. It is now mathematically impossible to for the team of IG to make it any further in this playoffs competition. That means they have been defeated and forced to settle with a final position of 3rd. But I think when you finish 3rd and then you have a team like White Freak finishing 4th after you've beat them as well, I don't think you can be upset about that.
No, you can't, but what you can be upset about is missing the payday, Mike. They're not going to be in the money, unfortunately. Guarantees the guys from Skyfire a minimum of $400. They'll be walking away with at least $100 each, or they could be walking away with a lot more than that, as first place prize is $1,100 in the finals of the ACL Call of Duty League Season 1. I'm really looking forward to this one, I must say. I mean, in the grand final, the guys from Skyfire, they're going to be meeting up with Integral Nation. I mean, a completely new and revived Integral lineup. I mean, Integral, you know these guys, the name from Call of Duty Champs, of course, but I mean, completely new squad, and I mean, these are some power players. I can't wait to see how they play in the grand final, especially considering that they obviously were already there. They won the winners bracket final fairly convincingly from what I've seen, and now we're going to be seeing these guys of Skyfire back in there to take them on. It's going to be an exciting one, that's for sure.
It really is, and I mean, you are seeing, as you mentioned, the previous match, it was a 3-0 scoreline. Now it's going to be a continuation series. It's going to be a best of 11, starting at that 3-0 scoreline. So it is going to be an interesting one. Nevertheless, we are going to be going to a quick break, and we'll be back soon with the grand final of the ACL Call of Duty League playoffs.